Calaroga Shark Media.
Hey man, I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news. I'm not sure that anyone actually cares that Nate Bargatze went to a UFC fight, but I do kind of like Bargatze Gate. It's kind of to me, a non-controversy controversy. I mean, Shane Gillis went and you didn't lose your minds. But this is a good reminder to Nate and his investors. You know, you're one photo with Cheryl Hines away from spending millions and millions of dollars on a theme park and having your business go sideways. Just keep that in mind. You might want to just keep touring and selling out arenas. Anyway, in case you missed it, people were upset that Nate attended the UFC event. We found out he was there because he took a picture with RFK Jr. and Cheryl Hines. Well, now the wife of Donald Trump Jr. has shared some more photos. And guess who's in the photo with Bettina Trump? That's right, it's Nate Bargatze. Nate still has not posted any photos or videos of himself at the birthday bash, and his people want us to know he was there because UFC is his favorite sport. But apparently, Nate took some other photos. There's a photo of Nate and Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. You may recall one of her previous gigs was she was the press secretary under the President Trump. Nate Bargatze also took a photo with House Speaker Mike Johnson and famous podcaster comedian Joe Rogan. In a May 2025 profile for Esquire, Nate Bargatze said, if I want to give you my opinion on who I voted for, who's that for? It's for me, really, because I want you to know I'm smart. I don't think it's really helping an audience. You don't think they know who to vote for? They're living life. On the Joe Rogan Experience, Joe Rogan said he convinced several people to go to the fight. He doesn't mention Nate Bargatze specifically, but he did mention Shane Gillis. I've made some edits for language.
I talked a bunch of people into going that didn't want to. Like Shane Gillis was thinking about not going. I'm like, bro, you gotta go. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be a once ever thing, not a once in a lifetime, once in anybody's lifetime. It's never happened before. It's probably never gonna happen again.
Probably not.
No. Like,
yeah.
That's something you have to see and experience.
Yeah.
And it's so many people are trying to make it a partisan thing. Like they're mad at people for being there. Like, oh, you support Trump. Like it's a fight at the White House. Yeah. Doesn't mean you endorse foreign policy. Like, shut up. Just
That's
please.
Too much.
Just please stop. And again, it's this thing, the ego thing, where people they just want so badly. And on both sides, for sure. You know, the right celebrates this as a win for masculinity and patriotism and all these different things. Like, okay, settle down. Everybody settle down.
Johnny Mac, enough with the politics stuff. Stick to sports. Okay, I will. Will Ferrell said it's awful being an LA ambassador for the World Cup. Will told Jimmy Kimmel Live, I'm having to wash the uniforms. It's awful. I thought it was going to be great. I got to mow the field. I didn't even get a riding mower. I have a manual push mower, and it's like painting the Golden Gate Bridge. Once I start on one side, I got to start on the other. I'm just there all the time. He also says there's a lot of paperwork I'm processing, like HR complaints, all this passport stuff. That's on me. Late Night had some good jokes about the World Cup. You may have heard the Scots visited Boston. Jimmy Fallon explains, apparently bars in Boston are running out of beer because all the Scottish soccer fans in town for the World Cup. It's a bit of a wake-up call when people from Boston are like, you drink too much. Jordan Klepper said, Boston ran out of beer, but how will they get the children to sleep? Did you spend yesterday watching the New York Knicks parade? I did. The Knicks have been good for the ratings. Jimmy Fallon did well. When the Knicks were on the other night, it gave The Tonight Show its biggest audience without a sports lead of the year. But yet, even that could not defeat number one late-night host Jimmy Kimmel. Late Nighter tells us, according to Nielsen Live Plus same-day data, Fallon's June 15th episode, built around the NBA champion New York Knicks, averaged 1.4 million total viewers and 220,000 adults 18 to 49. That's up 20% week to week. You should have the Knicks on all the time. But meanwhile, Jimmy Kimmel still led the hour with 2.215 million viewers and 273,000 adults 18 to 49. Of course, Jimmy Kimmel, not being smart, in my opinion, is taking the summer off now. So, Jimmy Fallon, this is your time to make the move. You may recall one time that Jay Leno out-hustled David Letterman. Take the crown back, Jimmy Fallon. If Kimmel wants the summer off, advantage you. Ratings are up for Byron Allen garbage on CBS. That is now averaging 693,000 viewers, and in the 18 to 49, 72,000. Kevin Hart says New York Knicks superfan Spike Lee deserves a ring. On social media, Kevin Hart said, shout out to Spike Lee. Give Spike a ring. Spike deserves a bleeping championship ring, and I'm saying it here. Give Spike a New York Knicks championship ring. I don't believe he got one, having just watched the parade before I recorded this. That's right. That was Amy Schumer leading Knicks fans in Go New York Go chants. That was not at the main parade. That was at Wednesday's Parade for Children. But look, I've been warning you guys. It's June. You're supposed to share the show. Now, the phone's in your hand, right? Hit share right now, or I'm going to start unwielding weapons. You think my threat of Nikki Glaser singing was bad? Well, if you don't start sharing the show, I'm going to start playing Amy Schumer singing. And if you think I'm kidding, I am not. Okay, you start sharing the show, or we do that every single day. Speaking of the Knicks and Spike Lee, I think this is it's not an awful call, but as people on social media have pointed out, there's a better choice. They are making a documentary about the New York Knicks and their historic championship. It's Ben Stiller that's making it. Now, Ben Stiller, a very successful filmmaker and a New York Knicks fan, but wouldn't Spike Lee be a better choice for this one? A lot of people on social media said, why aren't we asking Spike Lee? And I agree with those folks. Stiller posted on Twitter, couldn't be more excited to make this doc with A24 and HBO about the NY Knicks! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. He added, hashtag, one word, let's go Knicks, period. Ben Stiller was also on the Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart Roommates podcast on Wednesday. That'll always help. Ben Stiller told the Knicks, I've obviously been shooting some stuff on my phone, but it's going to be about all eras of the Knicks. And this team, obviously, there's accumulation here of something that's been going on for a long time. It's super exciting. It's great to have had all the success to your team. We're going to be shooting a little bit more during next season, and I'm going to hit you guys up for some interviews. It's going to be over the next year. They'll be working on it. A lot of people have wanted to make it for a long time. Stiller will direct. Why not Spike Lee? I don't know. Circling back to Kevin Hart, HartBeat has a deal with Hulu for 12 new half-hour specials from the LOL Live showcase series. LOL Live is not easy to say, but was first released in 2025 as a way of championing emerging talent. The lineup for the new series actually starts tonight. Chauncey Wayans tonight. Then in July, we'll get Matt Richards, and then one a month from Brisha Webb, Alfred Robles, Just Nash, comedian CP, Takara Williams, Jason Cheney, Dulce Sloan, Sidney Castillo, Paris Sachet, and y'all have to wait until May to see Lance Woods. Let's hope Nick Swardson is feeling well. He shared a health update from his hospital bed. He was about to have his appendix out. He said, hey, everybody, it's Nick Swardson with more life advice. Hey, if you have a sharp pain in your abdomen, don't assume that it's a super fart. I'm going to take a minute here to indulge myself watching that Knicks parade yesterday, and I published this on my Substack. The producer in me came out. So back in the 90s, when I was just starting out in radio, I produced a lot of special events. I remember doing the 2000 election. I remember doing the OJ trial. And when I was watching that parade coverage yesterday, I was like, oh, I wish I were in a studio right now. There's just something magical, especially before the event started. The vamping, the killing time. The parade hasn't started yet. The parade is running late. Okay, let's go once more around the horn to all our people. Let's check in with so-and-so who's on the corner of whatever street. Let's go down to them. Hey, what can you tell us? Moving commercials off the log, like quote-unquote clearing out spots. And then when there's a break in the action, catching up on spots. Hey, this guest is really good and is a good talker. Let's keep them as long as we can. Oh, no, the mayor just gave us 30 seconds, so we have to dump the good guest and go to the mayor. All that live radio stuff I missed doing yesterday. And it's interesting. That's not a feeling I have day to day. I love doing the show. I love podcasting. I love my current life. But boy, yesterday, the producer in me came out. It is Friday. Let's hit the comedy stock market.
Comedy stock market.
All right, I got a name for you. Write this down. Ryan Hamilton. You're like, who? Ryan Hamilton. He's got a Netflix special out on Tuesday. His last one was great. Ryan Hamilton is a buy. You're buying low. I'm going to make you some comedy coin right now. Buy Ryan Hamilton. Who are we going to sell, Johnny Mac? I think we got to keep selling our Nate Bargatze. Just things not trending well for Nate. This whole UFC thing, do you want to invest in a theme park right now? I don't. And Nikki Glaser told you yesterday, try hard is the word. And that is just the word. Try hard. Nikki is a try hard, and it's just not looking cool at all. Let's keep selling Nikki Glaser. We'll sell Nate Bargatze, and we will load up I'm Ryan Hamilton. That is your comedy stock market for this week. For the first time, the New York Comedy Festival will present Variety's 10 comics to watch. That's always a fantastic list. The presentation and showcase will take place on November 12th during the New York Comedy Festival, which this year runs from Friday, November 6th through Sunday, November 15th. This year's honorees will also be featured in Variety's November 4th issue ahead of the live presentation. Since 2000, Variety has been selecting standout comedians for their 10 Comics to Watch franchise. Past honorees include Star Trek ruiner Patton Oswalt and UFC fan Nate Bargatze. That's right. Dancing with the Stars has a new competitor. It's Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel Live. Why? I don't know either. And speaking of why I don't know either, Survivor is getting an animated comedy. Yes, an animated Survivor movie set in the animal kingdom as Jeff Probst goes, "F it, man, I am cashing in." Jeff says, "I'm so excited to be teaming up with Paramount Animation to bring you Survivor like you've never seen it before in the animal kingdom. This will be an all-out comedy with animals competing for the chance to be crowned the sole survivor. Let's go." Jeff Probst, who's like, "F it, let's cash in," said the movie will have everything we love about Survivor: big personalities, funny characters, surprising alliances, competition, chaos, and of course, a lot of heart. But this time, the players aren't humans. If I don't get animated Boston Rob, I have no interest in this thing. The official synopsis reads, set on a remote and mystical island, animals from all around the globe compete for a once-in-a-lifetime chance to be crowned the sole survivor. Jeff Probst, who's like, "F it, let's just cash in," will serve as executive producer on the film. And that is your comedy news for today. All right, share the show, or we start listening to Amy Schumer sing every day. That's even worse than listening to Nikki Glaser. Arguably, the Nikki Glaser song is almost catchy. Do you really want to hear Amy Schumer sing? Because I can do that. No, you're not going to do that. You're going to share the show. Share it on Spotify, where people can turn notifications on so they never miss an episode. Comments are open there, and the comments are open in the Facebook group, Daily Comedy News Podcast Group. Right, tomorrow, I'm doing one of those episodes I explained last week that's going to help the search engines, help grow the show, that whole thing. Sunday's a normal episode, and then Monday. Thank you, Jay Leno. See, I wanted to pre-tape Monday's show so that I could hit the beach today, Friday, and Jay Leno hooked it up and did a big thing about late-night television. So that'll be Monday's lead-off story, and I can guarantee you that fact because I'm going to record it right now. See you tomorrow.